For thousands of years, people have asked a fascinating questions. If God is present everywhere, why have so many divine incarnations, sages, and spiritual teachers come from India? Why were Rama and Krishna born in places like Ayodhya and Mathura? Why did ancient India become the birthplace of powerful ideas like karma, yoga, meditation, moksha, and the search of ultimate reality? Is there a hidden reason behind this? Was India chosen by God? Or is there a deeper explanation connected to history, geography, culture, and human civilization? Today we will explore this mystery through three different lenses. 1. What Hindu scriptures say. Second, what history tells us. And the third, what logic and philosophy can explain. Namaskar, my friends. Before asking why avatars appeared in India, we must first understand a fundamental question. What does Hindu tradition mean by God? In Hindu philosophy, the idea of God is not limited to one single concept. Different Hindu traditions explain the divine in different ways. The first is the ultimate reality, Brahman. Okay, let me clear that, like Brahman is not Brahmana or Brahmin. To understand the Hindu idea of God, we first need to understand the concept of Brahman. But most people get confused because Brahman and Brahmin or Brahmana sound almost the same, but they are completely different concepts. Brahman is a philosophical concept in Hindu thought. In Hindu philosophy, Brahman refers to the ultimate reality that exists beyond everything, or we can say the ultimate source from which everything in the universe comes. It is described as an infinite reality that has no beginning and no end. Hindu thinkers explain that everything in existence, living beings, nature, energy, and the entire universe is connected to the ultimate reality, while Brahmin or Brahmana refers to the tradition, social group, or person. So it's completely different. The Upanishads describe Brahman as the eternal, Sanatana, Shashwat truth that exists beyond the changing world. Universe is just like a tree, and the Brahman is like the root. Everything we see is connected to that root, one ultimate source, Brahman. Different Hindu traditions explain this idea in different ways. Some Hindus see Brahman as the universal, formless energy or truth, whilst others see Brahman as supreme God with a personal nature. Many Hindu traditions also describe God as Bhagavan, the supreme being who has consciousness, intelligence, compassion, and the power to create, maintain, and transform the universe. The word Bhagavan comes from Bhaga, divine qualities. According to Vishnu Purana, Bhagavan should have 6 supreme qualities: Aishwarya, complete power and sovereignty; Virya, strength and ability; Yasha, glory and reputation; Shri, prosperity and beauty; Janana, complete knowledge; Vairagya, freedom from attachment. A being who having these qualities completely is described as Bhagavan. Now the question is, what is an avatar? Avatar word is taken from Sanskrit word ava and tri. Ava means downward and tri is descent. According to many Vaishnava tradition, when dharma declines and society moves away from righteousness, God manifests in a form that human can understand. The purpose of an avatar is not because God is forced to come. Rather, it is an act of compassion, daya, mercy, to restore balance, protect the moral, and guide humanity. The Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, Janana Yoga, explains this idea. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutthanam dharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Whenever there is a decline of dharma and increase of adharma, I manifest myself. I appear in every age to protect the good and destroy harmful forces and establish righteousness. Now the question is, why would God take human form? This is one of the deepest philosophical questions. If God is ultimate, why would God appear as human? Hindu thinkers give an analogy. A teacher may know advanced mathematics or any subject, but when they have to teach a child, the teacher uses simple numbers and examples to teach. The teacher does not become less knowledgeable if they are using the simple numbers or examples. The teacher simply appears in a form the student can understand. Similarly, according to the avatar concept, the infinite divine takes a form that humans can relate. Now the question arises, are Rama and Krishna considered gods or humans? Different traditions explain this differently. According to Vaishnava tradition, Rama and Krishna are considered direct manifestations of Vishnu or the Supreme God. According to other philosophical interpretations, they are seen as extraordinary divine personalities who demonstrated the highest ideals of Dharma, wisdom, and spiritual perfection. Now, if we talk about the historical perspective, historians study them as important figures within India's religious and cultural traditions, whilst the question of their divine nature belongs to faith. You can say, Mana to Ganga Mahu, Na Mana to Behta Pani. Now we can return to the original mystery. If God is everywhere, why do divine avatars appear mainly in India? Now the answer is clear. According to Hindu belief, the divine is not limited by geography. The stories of major avatars were kept in India, scriptures written by Indian sages and connected to sacred places in India. Therefore, India became the land associated with these divine narratives. If we talk about why Rama and Krishna are connected with India, according to Hindu tradition, Rama was born in Ayodhya, Krishna was born in Mathura and spent his childhood in Vrindavan. Many important events of Hindu sacred history are connected with places in the Indian subcontinent. The Ramayana and Bhagavata Purana preserve these stories. But an important question remains. Does this mean God can only appear in India? The answer is not necessarily. These texts were created within the cultural world of ancient India. Naturally, their sacred geography contains Indian river, kingdom, mountains and cities. A story written in Greece would naturally contain Greek place. Stories written in Arabia would contain Arabian places. So, sacred stories are connected with the cultures that preserve. To understand why India became famous for its spiritual knowledge, we must look at history. Thousands of years ago, the Indian subcontinent developed one of the world's oldest civilizations, the Indus Valley civilization, that had planned cities, drainage systems, trade networks, advanced craftsmanship. Later, India became a center for philosophy, mathematics, astronomy, medicine, meditation traditions. But what made India especially unique was the importance given to the question like, who am I? What is consciousness? What happens after that? What is nature of reality? Many civilizations focused mainly on controlling the external world. But ancient Indian thinkers also explored the inner world. That's the main reason of being different than others. So imagine two laboratories. One laboratory study outer space and another studying human mind. Ancient India became one of humanity's greatest laboratory for studying consciousness. The sages did not have modern machines, but they developed methods like meditation, yoga, self-discipline, contemplation. They asked, can human awareness go beyond ordinary experience? Can a person overcome fear, desire, and suffering? Can one experience a deeper reality? This created a powerful spiritual tradition. Now, question like, does a civilization influence where great teachers appear? Think about modern science. Today, many scientific discoveries come from countries with universities, research centers, funding, scientific community, not because other countries are incapable, but because knowledge grows where the environment supports it. Similarly, spiritual tradition grow where societies preserve teachers, meditation practices, philosophical discussions, texts. Ancient India created such an environment for spiritual exploration. This may explain why so many famous spiritual figures emerged from this region. Now, how can we separate devotion and historical proof? What's the difference between these two? Faith says Rama and Krishna are divine incarnations who appeared in India according to God's plan. History is saying India was the birthplace of Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. So many important spiritual figures and stories developed there. But both perspectives answer different questions. Faith asks, why did God come? And history asks, why did these traditions develop here? Now the question arises, like, if God is universal, can divine wisdom appear elsewhere? Many countries have their own spiritual traditions. Different civilizations produced prophets, philosophers, saints, enlightened teachers. The existence of spiritual figures in other cultures doesn't reduce Indians' importance. It shows that humanity everywhere has searched for deeper meaning. So, did God choose India? The answer is very simple. It depends on how you understand the question. From the Hindu spiritual viewpoint, India is considered a sacred land where many divine manifestations and spiritual teachers appeared. From the historical point of view, India became a major center of philosophy and spiritual inquiry, creating the environment where these traditions flourished. From the philosophical viewpoint, the divine is not limited by geography. A place become sacred because the wisdom, value, and consciousness developed there. Perhaps the greatest mystery is not why did God come only to India. The deeper question is, why did humans in India spend thousands of years searching for the nature of God, consciousness and existence? And the search became one of humanity's greatest spiritual journey. So at the end, I want to say, like, history tells how civilizations develop. Scriptures shows the beliefs of people. Philosophy helps us think about the deeper meaning of life. The search for truth goes on. The reason avatars are connected with India is not that God is restricted by geography, but that Indians' civilization become a powerful center for preserving and exploring spiritual knowledge. So mystery may not be why God came only to India. The deeper mystery is why India became one of humanity's greatest place for searching, preserving, and experiencing the divine. Be connected. Thank you.